Hey Padawans, how are you guys doing? I hope everybody's good. Tonight we're going to review these 3 retro collection action figures from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show on Disney Plus from 2022. I ordered these a while back, so I've been holding off on this review, but I finally got time to do it tonight. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show had the Inquisitors. I love the Inquisitors. I mean, I am a Jedi, but I enjoy, the dark side. Here we have the Grand Inquisitor, the 5th brother, and the 3rd sister. Now, this is the retro collection, and we are missing the 4th sister because they did not come out with the 4th sister for this collection. They have the 4th sister for the vintage collection, but not for this retro collection. So why do I like the retro collection? Well, it's because they look like they were made in the 70s and 80s. The difference is, the style. So let's pretend that the 5th brother came out in a movie in 1984, and this is the way the figure would look like. And that's why it's called retro. But this does not mean that the figure is based in the past. It's a new character. Again, the Obi-Wan Kenobi was in 2022, but what Hasbro and Kenner, well, Hasbro, but it does say Kenner here. What they're doing is they're making the newer figures sort of look like vintage figures, and I don't have a problem with that. I think that's cool. Why not? So for the Obi-Wan Kenobi, I wanted to do an Inquisitor review because I think the best part of the show was the Inquisitors, not Obi-Wan Kenobi, not little Leia, but they screwed up in the story because Obi-Wan Kenobi does not leave Tatooine. He protects Luke Skywalker, so they got that wrong. But I did like the designs of the figures. Now, the Grand Inquisitor, that's not the first time he shows up in the Star Wars show. He was in the Rebels show, and if I'm correct, I think Kanan or Ezra killed him. I think he falls off some kind of bridge. But the Grand Inquisitor is he's the leader of the Inquisitors, and he's fucking awesome. The problem with the show, and I don't want to do a review on the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. I know there were a lot of hate because of Reva, and it's not because she's black. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not because she's black. It's because in the first couple of episodes, she kills the Grand Inquisitor, and then she takes over the Inquisitors. She's like the leader all of a sudden, and she came out of nowhere. She was not in I don't remember her from the comics. I don't remember her from the show at Rebels or the Clone Wars or anything. So, but a lot, Disney was saying, well, it's because she's black. Well, no, it's not because she's black. It's because she's not the leader of the Inquisitors. But anyway, in this show, she's badass. She tries to kill Vader. She basically kills their Grand Inquisitor. I don't want to give spoilers away, but anyway, there's 4 Inquisitors in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and again, I wish I had the 4th sister, but she's not released in this sort of type. Now, the 5th brother, he was in the Clone Wars. I think he was in the Clone Wars and the Rebels show, and I love the 5th brother because obviously Dave Filoni made him look like something out of, Little China, Trouble in Little China. Because he's like an Asian guy with this hat. But as you can see, they all have double-edged lightsabers. Okay, and the Inquisitors all have double-sided lightsabers. And with the little circle on there, except for Reba, she only has like a half. But I love these characters. I think the best part about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is the Inquisitors. But I wish they would have given more time to the Grand Inquisitor instead of Reba. And that's why the fans hated the show. They give the main role of the Inquisitors is Reba. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. Well, I kind of know why. It's because Disney wanted to have a lead black woman in the show. So they took out the white guy. But the thing is, this guy's an alien. He's not even white. But anyway, that's the whole message, you know? Disney has an agenda. They don't want to have a white guy be the leader of a team. It's got to be a black girl, you know? But anyway, I don't care either way. I love the design of the fifth brother. I love the design of the Grand Inquisitor. And I love the design of Reba. I think she looks freaking awesome. You know, I think what messed up the show was the story, the writing. I mean, come on. They made her more powerful than Darth Vader. Are you freaking kidding me? You know, and she kills the Grand Inquisitor. How the hell does she kill the Grand Inquisitor? Anyway, let's open them up. I've talked enough about the show, and I'm not doing a review of the show, but let's go with the fifth brother first. And again, this is the retro collection, sort of like, you know, it's supposed to be pretend that, you know, these came out in 1983, but you could say 1984. You know, and it does come with a sticker that you can remove, but I don't care. And the other figures was Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, The Dark Times, the droid, NEDB, Reba, and the fifth brother. So there weren't that many. But I do wish they had the fourth sister, so I could have a complete collection of the Inquisitors. And what I'm saying is, I prefer the designs, the ships, and all that stuff from Disney, and they're doing a really good job with it. Let's look at the figure here. This looks fucking awesome. Let's open it up. Here's the card. Throw away the card. And it does come with something here. I don't know what this is. What is this, bro? I don't know. Some sort of instructions. It's a warning. It's a choking hazard warning. It's not for children under 3 years old. Okay, all right. Well, all right. You know that, right? Let's take him out of the package. Damn, that looks fucking awesome. Here's his lightsaber. And the lightsaber is really retro, because if you remember the toys from the 70s, you know, Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi sort of had a lightsaber like that. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to mimic the look of the originals. And this is pretty cool, man. Let's take a look at it. Oh, that's freaking awesome, bro. The fifth brother, the paint job, the shiny, the gloves, the boots, the weird hat, whatever it is. I don't know what you call this hat. But this is freaking cool, man. It's fucking cool as hell. So this is one of the Inquisitors, and I don't have an issue with him in the show. I think he did a really good job in the TV show. Let's see if we can get this in there. What side should we do it on? It has to be on the right side. Come on, bro. All right, let's just do it like that. That's fine. By the time I get it in there, let's try to get the lightsaber in there. Okay, I got it. There you go. So again, this is the Asian guy, the fifth brother, and he kicks ass in the show. He's really cool in the show, but he's not in it a lot. That's the issue that I have. They give all the spotlight to the third sister, Reba. So here we have the fifth brother. Now let's go with Reba. Let's open up Reba. And Reba comes again with the instructions, choking hazard for 3-year-old kids, babies, whatever. Let's put that away. There's a lot of trash over here. A lot of trash. Now, Reba comes with the cape, the vintage style cape. The figure from Darth Vader back in the 1977 had a cape just like this. It was plastic, vinyl, and I like this figure. I think this looks pretty cool. Let's see if we can get a close up. There you go. So she looks pretty badass. I mean, the thing is, I don't know why they made her the lead role in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Now she comes with her lightsaber. So let's try to get the lightsaber on her right hand. And that was not too bad. So now we have Inquisitor number 2. And she's shorter. She's a lot shorter than the fifth brother. That makes sense. I like that. I think these figures are premium style, and I think they are beautiful designs. But when you try to compare them to the TV show, it just doesn't work, man. It doesn't work. The story makes no sense. It just doesn't make sense to me. We should have had more of the Grand Inquisitor. We should have had more. But again, I didn't write the show. I'm not a Disney, writer, whatever. Finally, we come to the Grand Inquisitor, who I really love. And I have a lot of his figures. I have the 32-inch figure. I have all his figures. I think the Grand Inquisitor was amazing in the Rebels. Rebels was the animated show, sort of following the Clone Wars by Dave Filoni. And he dies. I think he dies. I'm sure he dies in the show. But I don't understand why Darth Vader couldn't just do it all, man. Because we heard that Darth Vader hunted down and killed all the Jedi in the original trilogy. When Obi-Wan Kenobi was telling the story to Luke, and said, "Hey, your dad was he hunted down all the Jedi." But it turns out, Disney changes the storyline, and it wasn't Darth Vader. It was the Grand Inquisitor and Reba. Basically, it was Reba who was hunting down the Jedi. So that's what messes everything up for everybody. That's why everybody's mad. Because you're not following the original trilogy story. But again, these are the action figures by Hasbro, Kenner, whatever. And again, this is 2022. So let's look at the Grand Inquisitor, which is my favorite. The Grand Inquisitor is my favorite. Okay. I love the way he looks. Now, if you guys can tell, they're all wearing black. So, I love black. I'm a Depeche Mode fan. And, when it comes to a Depeche Mode, Black Celebration, here's the double-sided edged lightsaber. Let's try to see if we can get it into his hand. Let's try that. There you go. We got, and he also has the vinyl cape, you know, retro style. All the figures in the 70s and the 80s, they come with this retro cape. Okay, it's a vinyl, a plastic, real cheap. And I like that. I like this because this is pretend, guys. This is you know, this is like going back in time. You know, you're pretending that you're living in 1984. Okay? And I love this. This looks freaking awesome. Look at that. This is cool, man. Now, again, when it comes to Disney shows, my favorite part of Disney is the design, the color, the concept drawings, the worlds, you know, the ships. And this is great. This is great. But again, you are missing one more Inquisitor, and I really don't like that. But it's fine. Maybe I'll just get the regular version of the you know, of the Fourth Sister. Maybe I'll get the vintage collection. But so, you know, this is the release for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. These three, and I think the figures are incredible because I grew up with original action figures, and I didn't get a lot of these figures when I was a kid. So looking at these now, when I'm 52, it's pretty amazing. And as you can see, it has the Imperial logo on the shoulder right there. Okay, this is the Imperial uniform. These guys are basically, you know, Nazis. Okay, these are Nazis. That's what Disney doesn't understand. She also has the Imperial logo on there, and the Imperial. Well, she doesn't have it on this side, but he doesn't have to. But look, Disney doesn't understand the Empire. They don't understand the story, and if they would have followed the George Lucas storyline, they would have known that you cannot have a black woman in the Empire. Now, why can't you have a black woman in the Empire? You might ask, right? Well, it's because the Empire is based on Nazis, and they're all German white people. So when you put a black woman into Star Wars and you make her a bad person, you reject everything that George Lucas was trying to tell you, that black people are not bad people. And that's why Disney messed up. Okay? Lando Calrissian was like the only black guy in Star Wars, but he turned out to be a good guy. You cannot have black people as Nazis. It just doesn't work. And that's why Disney doesn't know what the hell they're doing. And what they did was, instead of having white people, they had aliens, okay? Both aliens and a black woman. That does not make any sense to me. The Inquisitor should have been all white guys. All right? According to Lucas, the Empire is all white people. Why? It's not because he's racist. It's because he's trying to send out a message. George Lucas is woke as fuck. We know that. All right? George Lucas is woke as fuck. His message in Star Wars was, you have to fight against the fascists, the white, you know, the Nazis. And when Disney came in, they didn't listen to that message. So they made the Empire people black, Mexican, Asian. Like, this guy's Asian, you know, this guy's alien. So they totally missed the point. They totally missed the point. The point is, the Inquisitors, the Empire, Darth Vader, they're all bad white guys. All right? And when you try to make other races bad, That's why people hate you. That's why people hate the show. Because you don't understand the concept. All right? But okay, I'm just ranting a little bit. But when it comes to the TV show, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, I enjoyed the I like this. Again, I am missing one more sister in there. But they did not, like, again, let's look at the back here. They did not release her. They did not come out with a fourth sister. All they had was Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, the droid, Reva, the Grand Inquisitor, and the fifth brother. So they did not come out with the other sister. I wish they would have. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. I hope you enjoyed the review. I'm not really into the dark side, but I'm more of a Jedi type of guy. But come on, man, these are all dressed in black. They all look cool, They all dressed up like they were out losers in 1984. Going to the high school. That's the way I used to look in high school. So I hope you enjoy the review. See you guys later, and may the Force be with you. Bye.